This is part 2 lecture, a continuation of previous part 1 lecture. This part 2 lectures is divided into two sections. The section 2.1 will discuss on the management process, and this management process being enhanced by integrating it with Shariah principle, thus transform it into Shariah management or Islamic management. Further discussion will be continued in next video, part 2.2.
Okay. I would like to give an emphasis on thinking. Thinking is very important for us to improve things, to give ideas, not only for ourselves, but to our family, our organization, and our nation to improve further. So thinking, if you read the Quran, it always in certain verses, at the end of the verses, they say, Allah mentioned, "Afala tatafakkarun." Have you ever think, "Afala tatafakkarun"? Many verses. And then the other parts of the verses, Allah also mentioned, "Afala ta'qilun." Have you used your brain to think? So thinking is very important, especially in managing ourselves, our nation, and the world. So I will see how thinking could be integrated. I like to see these maps because I will discuss to you later. Yeah, as you know that in the Quran, you already mentioned that in the eyes of Allah, those humans who do not use brain are lowest than animal, isn't it? And Allah is in the eye of Allah. Sumun bukumun alladhi la yaqilun, in the sense that they have the ears are deaf and the dumb, they don't want to talk about it. And most importantly, la yaqilun, in the sense that they don't use the brain to reason. We are worse than animal in the eyes of Allah if we don't use our brain to think. So having this mind is a core of human being. Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned an hour of thinking is better than a year of worshipping. If we keep on praying sunnah every year without thinking much to the world and to think how to improve the world and to think that we're being given responsibility in this world to enjoy what is good and to forbid what is wrong, and based on Quran and Sunnah, then I think we are worse in a sense. I put the element of thinking in the process of management. Why? Because, as mentioned earlier, thinking is the core of all in management, in the sense that it provides a set direction. It provides us a direction where we are going. If the Islamic direction is a Sharia direction, then we focus on planning toward achieving this direction. And thinking also provides ideas to set structure, what sort of structure that we're going to use in order to be effective. Yeah. And we thought of leading. We use what sort of method to motivate our staff and manpower, inspired for them to work harder. And control. We have ideas to ensure, formulate a form of control to ensure all we have planned, organizing, leading, give result. If there are more improvement have to be made, then we can modify our planning, organizing, leading. That is why I call this process. Okay, and thinking is the most important element. If you do even though in your family for future planning, to develop your family, you must plan, you must think how to plan for your family futures, how to organize your family futures, how to motivate your children, how to control your children. This form is basic, which people being ignored, even running a family, running an organization, running of a nation. If you see that the failures of the business, basically, they are very weak in planning, organizing, leading, control. You're looking into the nation or the failures, the planning, organizing, leading, control. These are very basic elements which we normally ignore, even for our own family. Okay, brothers, sisters, you may ask me, what are we managing it? What are we managing it? Okay, when we talk of management, when we talk of management, anything, when we talk management in our family, organization, or our nation, we are talking of resources, human resources. For example, human insan. Well, you can see if your family, you are managing your family human resources. We call it resources in business or in organization. Or we are managing a finance. Money is very important for our family, for our nation, and for the world. That's why we have Islamic finance, Islamic human resources, and so on. We also manage time. Time is very important. World is moving forward. And then we've lost our time. We shouldn't lose any single minute of our time to make useful, in the sense that even Allah taking time as important, while us in the external levels, Allah take a swear by the token of time. That means time is very important. Okay, in organizing, in management, we are managing time. And the other one is info. Info is a very important data in management or in nation. Wrong information may lead to distraction. Manipulation information lead to distraction. That is involved in anything. Organization, nation, you can see the information being manipulated by the West to mislead the non-Muslim about our Muslim or Islam. So mean to say they are manipulating information. Therefore, information is a resource that we manage. And the other one is, of course, asset. Asset is important in the sense that we have the asset, physical asset, and that is wealth and so on. So when we ask what do you manage, we are managing resources, human, finance, time, info, and asset. You see, that means we plan, you talk of activities of management, thinking, planning, organizing, leading, and control. That means if we took one aspect of planning, we should plan the resources, human, finance, time, info, and asset. You see, if we talk planning, we talk organizing. We're organizing human, finance, time, info, and asset. We are talking of leading, motivating. We are talking of motivating elements to enhance humans, enhance our finance, enhance our time, and asset. That is what management is all about. Now, how Shariah could place into this role? Because as we have mentioned earlier, all these element of process, there is no elements of values, of God values, God fearing. In the earlier discussion, when talk organization, when talk of a country, they always measure success based on money, profitability. You see, do you ever see how the country managed by the talk of money? Measure of money is the element of measuring the success. They talk of the well-being of the people, they talk happiness, and so they talk of religious obligation. They don't talk about this. Okay, in company, basically they don't talk about it. If they have to consider human factors into the organization, into what they're doing, they are putting a little element into it so as to please the others, so that they are committed in that sense. But they are basically talking about profitability. We can see that Shariah or Islamic law or Islamic revealed knowledge basically contain wisdom, principles, and rule. It does not eliminate this process, but it enhances, add values to all this process to be more humanistic, to have a more humanistic society. So when we integrate this thing, management process, this into, so the result is here. The outcome of integration is here. It becomes Shariah thinking, Shariah planning, Shariah organizing, Shariah leading as control. I'm giving you the structure of the thinking, the structure of the outcome, the detail we can work it out, because the time is not allowed, because this for understanding to go into detail, it take times for that lectures. So I just give you the structure. But these are the outcome. Yeah. Okay. Shariah management. When we talk about Shariah management, when management is fully integrated with Shariah, it's transformed into Shariah management. Okay, this is very simple actually. Yeah, we integrate that. It becomes Shariah thinking, meant to say whatever we think, whatever we want to think, giving ideas. For example, thinking, giving ideas to planning, it should go for Shariah in the sense that planning, Maqasid al-Syariah should integrate in planning, long-term planning. That is Sharia thinking. Everything thinking Sharia. We talk of akhlaq in terms organization of Sharia organizing here. You should be able to organize the human resource, your infrastructure, make sure that a place for prayer, make sure you have a place for customer to pray. Sometimes in the big bank, I don't see customer to prayer because they've been waiting so long for certain services. There's no way to a simple room for them to pray. But there's a simple room for discussion, but not simple to pray. But we are a Muslim. We provide facilities for our customers. Our customers are basically Muslim. I saw that some people just play on the corridor. Yeah, this is not acceptable to me. See, when we're thinking, when we're starting thinking here, you see, we're Sharia organizing and Sharia leading. We should give motivation in the sense that not only to our staff here inside, but also in our customer. And we have some sort of controlling here, how we control the process of management. And these are the element of Sharia, when we transform the whole process of management into Sharia thinking, whereby all the process of management is being enhanced or value add to make it better. You see, so if you talk to the non-Muslim, well, Sharia is basically enhanced value add to what is happened at the management is. You see, for example, we think good because Sharia is basically making enjoining what is good and forbid what is evil. That's basic principle. You see, that is what we are all about. To add values to it. Planning, for example, we have a long-term planning, Maqasid al-Syariah, as you mentioned earlier, protection of religion, protections of life, protections of mind, protections of offspring, protections of the well. So I mean to say all these are add values to the management, you see. So I did mention here just now, Maqasid al-Syariah should be here. I will talk that later. Whatever we do here, the objective is this, overriding objective. This is from the slide, from the maps which are being given to you earlier. Okay. If we summarize in words, just in words, right? Islamic management is defined as integrated activities, human activities of thinking, planning, organizing, leading, controlling, interconnected with decision. We have to decide. All this because of decision making, involving of resources. We mentioned resources, human, financial, information, and physical, like the asset, with the objective of Maqasid al-Syariah by means of an efficient method. This is, I define Islamic management as it is. This is my own definition. I'll make it simple. I make it simple for you and for us. I'll say, these are the metric, okay? Very simple. These are activities. These are resources, right? You can see financial, human, financial, time, information, and physical. All right. Take this first one is top. You're talking of thinking. You are thinking Islamic thinking in the way of how to enhance humans being, human enhance humans in terms of his relationship with human being, a relationship with Allah, to be taqwa and so on. And financially, we talk of thinking it should be halal, non-interest activity. Time is important to lead out data information to keep out fitnah and so on, and physical utilization of asset. You see, we should add the maximum usage, not wala tushrifu, what do you call that? Wasting of physical usage. All this you keep planning of human resource, physical and so on. So these physical metric, as we call it, make you simple to understand. This is what definition is about. This is what meant for decision. And the other one is when we talk method of using, because sometimes there are tools and method using to do this. But make sure that the tool you use is effective and efficient. Make sure it's effective and efficient. Here, below here. This table telling you everything. That the method of using this, effective and efficient. Student ask me, what do you mean effective and efficient? It's very simple. Effective here means, effective here. It means whatever you do, whatever you manage, you're able to achieve the objective. That is effective. Efficient relating to dollars and cents, time. Where you are inefficient, if the cost is very high, you are very inefficient, if the time taken is too long. So there must be balance between cost and time. It's very simple. If I'm going to cycle to Singapore by bicycle, I can achieve objective arriving in Singapore in 10 hours, stop one day in hotel and on the way to Malacca. I achieved the objective. I'm effective, but I'm not efficient in using my time and dollars. So more efficient, I just take the express bus direct to Singapore, or take a plane direct, which is money saving, time saving. This is the qualification. So this is what I'm saying here. So this table is good for you as a reference. You are managers, or you are managing your family, you're managing organizing, or you want to change the management of the country, of the organization, and so on. So what I mentioned here, you can see the word Maqasid al-Syariah in my definition. These are Maqasid al-Syariah. I always put the element of Maqasid as an overriding objective in whatever we do. Okay?
Thank you very much. This is the end of part 2.1 lectures. Further discussion will be continued in the next video, part 2.2. So see you again in the next video, part 2.2. Thank you.